My first interviewee will be Lucius, and we'll be talking about the effects of war and peaceful alternatives. So Lucius, what is war to you?
It's a conflict between two nations or groups over materials, land, or sometimes just over religion. That's kind of what war is.
So how does it affect you?
Me personally, if there was another world war, with me being 18, I'd probably be conscripted into the army, so it would, I'd be out fighting personally. But indirectly, it affects where I live through economy and trade and, sometimes religious wars. There's religion inside of the UK as well, so, groups within the UK start fighting as well.
So how do you think it affects others then?
Well, with war, obviously people die, so it affects all their family, and innocent people, with bombings and stuff. A lot of innocent people get killed. They had nothing to do with it, but yet they still suffer.
So now, what's your understanding of pacifism?
Pacifism is where someone refuses to, participate in violence, and they try to sort everything out through words rather than actions. But even then, they try not to have arguments. They try to keep everything peaceful and try to avoid confrontation.
So, if everyone were to embrace pacifism, so there would be no longer wars, how do you think that would affect the world, positive or negative?
I think there's two sides to it. Obviously, it'd be very positive because a lot of people would, they wouldn't be dying anymore, and everyone would hopefully get along a lot better. But also another side to war is it brings in a lot of money to certain countries, so it would also have an effect on the economy. Well, I'm not personally sure what that effect would be, but a lot of companies who produce stuff for war would obviously go out of business, losing jobs and, well, a big chunk of the economy.
Do you have any ideas that could make the world more open to be pacifist?
I think if people just got along a bit better, obviously that's easier said than done, but everyone, I don't know, it starts with the smaller things of people disliking someone else for maybe the way they dress or the way they talk, and then you obviously have the bigger things where it's over religion, but at the end of it there's no need for violence for these problems. You can just agree to disagree.
Do you think pacifism is the best option?
I don't know if it's the best option, because pure peace, I feel like there would be a lot of stuff that would go wrong with that, because you still need that confrontation and conflict, but it doesn't need to go to the extreme of war. I think it's better to have these civilized arguments rather than escalate it to violence. So I don't think pacifism is necessarily the best thing for everyone to do, but like I said, you kind of need a bit of conflict with certain problems.
Okay. How do you think war is represented in media compared to pacifism? And do you have any examples of films or whatever?
There's definitely a lot more movies and media based around the negative side of war and the violence and fighting that comes with it. But for example, I think it's Saving Private Ryan. The main character wants to be a medic, I believe it is. So in that movie, there is a representation of someone who doesn't want to partake in the violence. And I do believe there's more movies like that. But the media very much focuses on what's going to benefit them the most, which is the violent side of things.
So what's your closing opinion on this, your overall opinion on this subject?
Overall, I think war doesn't need to happen and everyone should just try and get along a bit more. Yes, there's going to be disagreements, but they don't need to escalate to physical or national issues. If you've got a problem with someone, then you should be able to just talk it out. It doesn't need to come down to, physical issues.
Thank you.